The storm had come out of nowhere. One moment, the night sky was clear, filled with the soft glow of stars. The next, it was a swirling maelstrom of thunder and lightning. Clara Bennett stood at her living room window, watching the rain lash against the glass. She loved storms, but this one felt different, charged with an energy she couldn't quite explain. A loud knock at the door startled her. Frowning, she grabbed a flashlight and made her way to the front porch. Standing there, drenched and shivering, was a woman, but not just any woman. Her skin had a faint, silvery sheen. Her eyes glowed a soft violet, and her hair, though soaked, shimmered like starlight. She looked like something out of a dream or a sci-fi movie. "Please," the woman said, her voice trembling. "I need help." Clara hesitated for only a moment before stepping aside. "Come in. You're soaked." The woman stepped inside, her movements graceful despite her obvious exhaustion. Clara handed her a towel and gestured toward the couch. "Sit down. I'll get you some tea." As Clara busied herself in the kitchen, she couldn't help but glance back at her unexpected guest. The woman was unlike anyone she had ever seen. Her presence was both mesmerizing and unsettling. Who was she? And what was she doing out in a storm like this? When Clara returned with the tea, the woman was sitting on the edge of the couch, her glowing eyes scanning the room. "Thank you," she said softly, taking the cup. "You are kind." Clara sat down across from her, her curiosity getting the better of her. "I'm Clara. What's your name?" The woman hesitated, then said, "I am Lyra." "Lyra," Clara repeated. "That's a beautiful name. Where are you from, Lyra?" Lyra's expression darkened, and she looked down at her hands. "A place far from here. A place I can never return to." Clara's heart ached at the sadness in Lyra's voice. "I'm sorry. You're safe here, though, at least for tonight." Lyra looked up, her violet eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Clara. Your kindness is unexpected." Clara smiled. "It's no problem. Really." The next morning, Clara woke to the sound of voices downstairs. Confused, she grabbed her robe and hurried to the living room. What she saw made her stop in her tracks. Lyra was standing in the center of the room, her back to Clara. Facing her was Clara's teenage son, Alex. But it wasn't Alex's presence that shocked Clara. It was the way Lyra was looking at him. Her glowing eyes were wide with disbelief, her hand pressed to her chest as if she had seen a ghost. "It cannot be," Lyra whispered, her voice trembling. You are him." Alex frowned, clearly confused. Yeah, I'm Alex." "Who are you?" Lyra stepped closer, her eyes never leaving his face. "You do not remember me, do you?" Alex shook his head, taking a step back. "Should I?" Clara stepped forward, her heart pounding. "Lyra, what's going on? Do you know my son?" Lyra turned to Clara, her expression a mixture of awe and sorrow. "Your son is not just your son. He's the lost prince of the Lumina Kingdom. My brother." The room fell silent. Clara stared at Lyra, her mind reeling. "What are you talking about?" "Alex is my son. I've raised him since he was a baby." Lyra shook her head. "No, Clara. You found him, did you not? As a child, left alone." Clara's breath caught in her throat. It was true. She had found Alex as a toddler, abandoned in a park. She had searched for his family, but when no one came forward, she had adopted him. She had never told him the truth. Alex looked between Clara and Lyra, his expression a mixture of confusion and anger. "Wait, what are you saying? That I'm not your son?" Clara's heart ached at the hurt in his voice. "Alex, it is true," Lyra interrupted gently. "You are not of this world, Alex. You are of the stars. Our parents, the king and queen of the Lumina Kingdom, sent you here to protect you. But you were lost to us until now." Alex sank onto the couch, his face pale. This can't be real. It's too crazy. Clara sat down beside him, her hand on his shoulder. Alex, I'm so sorry. I never wanted to keep this from you, but I didn't know how to tell you. Lyra knelt in front of him, her glowing eyes filled with compassion. Alex, you're not alone. You have a family, a people who have been searching for you. And now that I have found you, I can take you home. Alex looked at her, then at Clara. Home? But this is my home. Clara is my mom. Clara's eyes filled with tears. Alex, no matter what, I will always be your mom. But if what Lyra is saying is true, you have a chance to know where you came from, to know your real family. Alex was silent for a long moment, his mind racing. Finally, he looked at Lyra. What's it like? Your world. Lyra smiled, her expression softening. It is beautiful, a place of light and wonder, where the stars are closer than you can imagine. And our people, they will welcome you with open arms. Alex took a deep breath, then nodded. Okay, I'll go, but only if Clara comes with me. Lyra's smile widened. Of course. She is your mother, after all. Ending. The journey to the Lumina Kingdom was unlike anything Clara had ever experienced. The planet was a breathtaking sight, its surface covered in shimmering crystal cities and glowing forests. As they approached the palace, Clara felt a sense of awe and trepidation. This was Alex's world, not hers. But as long as she was by his side, she knew she could face anything. When they were brought before the king and queen, Alex's true parents, the reunion was emotional. Tears were shed, hugs were exchanged, and for the first time in his life, Alex felt a sense of belonging. But as the days passed, Clara began to feel out of place. She was a stranger in this world, a human among beings of light. She knew she couldn't stay forever. But as she prepared to leave, Alex took her hand. You're not going anywhere, he said firmly. You're my mom, and this is my home now. That makes it your home, too. Clara's heart swelled with love and pride. Alex, no arguments. Alex interrupted, smiling. You've always been there for me. Now it's my turn to be there for you. As Clara looked at her son, her prince, she realized that no matter where they were, they would always be family. And in that moment, she knew that she had found a new home among the stars.